Good morning, Cancer. I hope you are doing well. Okay. Now, I had a request yesterday. I saw the comments to do Cancer. Oops. And I kind of had a sequence going, but something just told me to do this one. So I did. And, well, we're going to do it now. I should say I've pulled the cards. And someone is waiting on something, I feel for sure. But I think they're extremely confused, not quite sure what to do, and that reflects in the cards too, but it was more your guides are here. So if you've been asking for guidance, they're absolutely here for you, but I think it's kind of like what I feel from this sometimes is, we'll go through the cards. This may be some kind of a cliffhanger reading, though I may have a little bit of an inkling of that. It's your guides are here. You've been asking for guidance in something here. But I feel that this is more of you need to trust in yourself that you'll do the right thing here. And by that, I mean the right thing by you, okay? Because I kind of think they're here. They're waiting, they're watching, they're with you, but the legwork is on you. And there's most likely some major growth spurt in here for you. I hope that I explained that correctly, okay? Now, what we come in with too, and it's funny because I've been using the magical oracles, but this morning I'm like, I don't know. Something with this whole thing just, I got out the big guns. So here's what we've got for Cancer, okay? And this is probably not going to be for everyone, but if it's coming through this strong, for those of you Cancers that this does not apply to, check your other signs, okay? But when I do a reading, I always ask, to open the door for the right messages to come through under grace and in the right way. So the messages that come through, I have to trust that. Okay. Now, for the oracle card that we have, we've got the Sphinx. Okay. Choose your words carefully. Okay. Choose your words carefully. And it's funny because the overall energy that comes up here is the Emperor. So you may be up against something here where you may need to either bite your tongue, show up in a different way, I feel fear around this. I feel fear. I feel like you feel like you're incompetent about something, but I don't feel you are. I think that you're in a position where you're in uncharted territory. Okay. So those are what we have. I'll go through week for week. I broke these down into 4 weeks because we have a few little shifts here. And if I can break this down a little bit more for you, you can see where your feet are. Okay. Now, the first week we come in with the Queen of Cups. Okay. Second week, we've got the Two of Swords. Third week, we've got the Ace of Cups. The cards are phenomenal. And the last week, we've got the Two of Wands. So you've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So I think that's what I mean. I think your feet need to be somewhere where they haven't landed yet. You're not quite sure what to do. Okay? Now, I'll break these down for you, but I want to read the Sphinx to you first because I think that that's important. Okay? The Sphinx. Okay. The Sphinx poses a perplexing riddle. Your abilities will be tested. A difficult problem requires contemplation. Don't act on impulse. Choose your words carefully. Okay? And you've clearly got a choice to be made here. Okay? With 2 twos, they're the element that's missing though here, my dears, we have no grounding. There's no coin cards in here. Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups. That's water. We've got swords, wands, and another cup card. So we're missing the grounding element. So just make sure that what you're doing, maybe that's why you need to choose your words first. Maybe things aren't quite as clear as they appear to be. Okay, I don't think that they are clear. I think there could be a pregnancy in here. I think there could be a birth in here. I think there could be multiple people in here. The scenario involves more than meets the eye, I have a feeling for. And I think that through this month, you start out as the Queen of Cups, okay? That is the mother archetype. It's the wife. It's the lover. It's the caring, compassionate, it's just great energy. It's really great energy. It's loving, it's intuitive, it's wise, it's, you know, protective. It's a great card to have. Now, what it's followed by is the Two of Swords, and that's a choice to be made, right? Keep in mind that I'm breaking these down this way because we're in the midst of some stuff here, right? Some course corrects come up, some things from the past come back, shifts, lessons, clearing of things. It's great energy. Things are going to be front and center to you. You're not going to have to go looking for things. Things will absolutely come front and center to you. Now, with the Emperor as your overall energy coming in, that's an authority figure. That's also, it can be just saying to you, maybe you need to stand in your power. Maybe you need to, you know, maybe you need to just, how do I say, keep peace through the kingdom, so to speak, right? It's kind of like a take it all in and then decide, right? The Emperor didn't get, it's the archetype, though, of something can be bearing down on you, something can be oppressive, you could be waiting for something. With the Emperor, though, showing up with the Sphinx card, it's just saying think before you speak, think before you act, get your plan in place, right? Two of Wands and Two of Swords say you're making choices here. You've got options. You're just maybe not quite sure what to do here. But again, it sets you up for a birth, a pregnancy, again, which leads me to believe there might be, you know, you're waiting in anticipation on something, okay? But for your guides to show up for a reading, it's going to be substantial, I'll have to say that for you, okay? Now, the second week, you've got the Two of Swords, like I say. I feel strongly, too, that something has changed here, like something that may have started out one way has changed here, and that's why there's some apprehension or confusion or a period of waiting. Careful consideration, a choice. The third week, you've got the Ace of Cups. That can be a child, that's love, that's compassion, that's pregnancy, that's, again, you've got great cards here. So you may either just be in uncharted territory, you may be, you know, not quite sure if maybe you're waiting on, you know, to see if you're pregnant or if someone else is pregnant or if something is going to come through. I will say in this energy, what I feel very strong for this is it can be something from the past comes back. This can be something that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, literally, and it comes back. Now would be a time where you'd kind of reap the rewards of that. Okay, so for good or bad, it's just something I feel from the past is about to come full circle here. These can be opportunities too. Maybe you put your really, like I say, your blood, sweat, and tears into something and it didn't come through and you went on to something else. And now that's come home to roost, and now you're trying to juggle between the two, or you're not quite sure what to do here. Do I keep what I've got, what I currently have, and something from the past has come back or needs to clear out? I think there's massive decisions here. Now the Two of Wands is you're waiting in anticipation for something here. The choice is yours. The world is your oyster, my dear, with that. It's just saying, more than anything, that card speaks of knowing, especially in this energy, know what your true worth is here before you do anything, before you make any kind of decision here. Again, I feel it can be something that you're building on, something from the past. This Emperor can be a person. It can be someone with a lot of fire in their chart. Or it can be, these are really great cards though. It's just, I feel the angst behind this. So I've got to cap out on the energy more than what the cards are saying. It can be too where, you're really waiting for something that you're happy about and you're just not, quite sure, or you're perplexed about something. There's nothing disheveling in here. Just because there is not an Earth card in here does not mean that your mind and everything else is not in a healthy spot. Okay. I think really your prospects look great in this reading. I feel nothing that's negative here. I see new love. I see current love. I see past love. I see choices to be made. What I will say about this though is, these are times to revisit things. They're times to get things out on the table. They're time to look at things. If something's been in the making, which clearly it has, it's time to just really assess it all. It's not really a time to be making decisions, right? Like concrete decisions, like this is a time to entertain things. Say someone gets engaged, or they're presented with something. It's time to put it on the table for sure. I mean, you're all adults. I'm just telling you, with this energy, things get wonky. Things slip through the cracks. Things aren't as front and center as you think. They're kind of glossed over, right? So you don't want to miss something here. During these kind of retrogrades, though, people get married, people get divorced, people move. But there are things that when a cycle completes, when you start something in a cycle like this, it usually completes when it comes back around, right? So these are the kind of things where we're, just kind of extra diligent on. But we go through these retrogrades all the time. Planets move forward and backwards. They dance through our lives all the time. It's just making wise choices for yourself. Without Earth cards, just make sure that what you're doing is practical. Make sure it's thought out. Make sure it can be tangible. Make sure it can be done, right? Make sure that someone's not selling you a bad bill of goods here. I really don't see anything. I think the Two of Swords is, you've got options. You've got choices to make, and you might not know what to do or how to do them. My suggestion in that point would be to not do anything, to really just sit, right? And again, the Oracle card coming in here is to just, kind of just sit on this for now and choose your course of action. Choose your words carefully. But that's just not, make sure that, I feel this is more just in how you're showing up. I wouldn't give someone false hope. I wouldn't let someone give you false hope. I would make sure that your words are backed up with integrity, right? Not that they wouldn't be, but I'm just saying, with the Emperor here, I feel like you're under a microscope, maybe a little bit too. This may be a court case. This may be something in reference to that. Either way, you're completely invested in this. I think this could have to do with two people, right? Like maybe you've got two options in something now, maybe two career choices. You've got options in something here. It's going to involve, though, the forest and the trees, right? It's going to involve your listening, right? It's going to involve hearing. I'm going to suggest, the Queen of Cups is very, very intuitive anyway. I'm going to say, get your intuition. Hear your intuition. I would suggest in this kind of scenario, write it down. Write your intuition down. Write what comes to you down, because chances are that as soon as it comes in, you're going to beat it to death here. The brain's going to get in there and just beat it to death and confuse you more. So if you write down your intuition and then you write down how practical is this, right? Your intuition is guiding you. It doesn't always give you the answer, but it guides you. And you know where you need to go anyway. It's just sometimes it's harder to walk that walk. I think you're in a tough spot here. I think you've got 2 irons in the fire here, and I think that they're equally as entertaining, and that's a tough one. Things on the home front for sure. I'm going to say this involves children, a child, coming or current. This can be a situation too where, say you dated someone or something from the past, and I think it's pretty obvious here that you're in a quandary. Someone's in a quandary here for sure, but choices need to be made. I would suggest here that, we're already into September, so, the Queen of Cups is already here. It's on the table, and there was a lot of angst in this reading to begin with, so now you're entering, 2 of Swords territory, where you're going to need to take the blinders off and you're going to need to make a decision here, right? Or it's a time where you just sit, because the 2 of Swords is not always an action card. It's, I've got to get it together. I've got to get, a focused approach on what I need to do here. But it's not always an action card. It's more of an introspective card. But you've got the last week comes out. You've got, the 2 of Wands is long-term planning. It's long-term planning. It usually can come at the heels of, if the Emperor here is the overall energy and you're coming against someone, it can be a strong energy. The 2 of Wands with the Emperor can be someone who's, you're going to have to play your cards right? Because it can be a tricky energy. It can be someone who's not as open to a fair exchange, as you are. So I would, suggest, again, choose your words carefully. But this Ace of Cups, there's really no way that can go bad. There really isn't. The Queen of Cups too. The only negative side to that, really, it's a growth. So it's not even a negative. We've all got something here, but the Queen of Cups can be very codependent. You know what I mean? It can be a very codependent person, but I don't feel that in here. I don't feel that that's it at all. I think it's more of a caring, loving, nurturing. But I think someone may have told you something that now you're kind of questioning something, right? All right. I'm not content with this. Hang on. All right. Let me pull some Sevilla's here. Sorry about that. This reading just really threw me because I wasn't expecting to get this much. But when your guides show up as I'm meditating on a reading, I know it's pretty significant. So I want to see what these 2s are all about here. Okay. The 2 of Swords is what I'm clarifying, your second week here. You've got the 10 of Cups, which is waiting. You're waiting, which obviously you are doing, right? We know that. I feel that in the energy. Okay, so you're waiting. You could be waiting I like this reading. I really do. I feel terror, though. I feel terror for someone. Don't be so terrorized. Let's just see. These energies, the good thing about these energies is they show up at your door. So you don't really need to go looking for them. So, okay. 8 of Cups is referencing the Ace of Cups. This is a blonde woman. 8 of Cups can be a pregnancy. It can be a proposal. You could be waiting on a proposal. Either way you're waiting, you've got 2 cards here. And you've most likely got, hang on. Let me just think for one. Give me one moment, please, so I can pull this. Okay. The 2 of Wands on the outbound, you've got the Love card, which is the 6 of Cups. This could be someone from your past comes back. The 6s are karmic ties. These energies, too, can bring someone back from the past that, say something went awry, someone, say it was over and ended or something occurred. It doesn't mean that your karmic connection has ended. This person may come back. It may be a continuation of this, or it may be that the karma gets worked out in a more civil manner. Maybe this was something that ended really horribly, right? And now it can either go forward and continue to work itself out, or it's done and it gets handled in a better way, right? Oh, I don't think this is negative. I don't. I think you've got some choices to make. That's a tough spot. Maybe it's a choice between 2 people. I have a feeling. I will say this, okay? And this is, okay. This card fell out. I'm going to keep it, but give me a moment. Don't be an option. Never be an option. That's the thing, too, with these Venus retrogrades. It's know your worth. Never be an option for someone. I know that sounds not nice, but don't be an option for someone who's not making you a priority. Don't do that. Maybe that helps in some way. I don't know. Those are the things we learned the hard way, though, right? The heart makes us all a little cuckoo, right? Okay. Now we've got the 7. All of your clarifiers are heart cards, okay? This is you're thinking about someone. You've got the 7 of Cups now. And the 7 of Cups, I know this isn't helping you much, but you're making a choice here, and it also is a pregnancy card too, okay? So I'm going to show you. These are all of your clarifiers. They're all heart cards, my dears. These are great cards. I want to say the card that fell out is the widow card. If by chance you are a widow and you are not quite sure how to do this dance, there's a lot of love here. I see nothing negative. The Emperor card, I think it's the energy coming in. So it's not just it's the energy, right? The fact that it showed up with the choose your words carefully speaks of it. To me, it's kind of just like know what you're dealing with, right? And this is the Queen of Swords. That's communication. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And that card fell out, right? We don't need to take it, but I feel we're gonna take it. So what you've got in here with the 2 of Swords is the 10 of Cups. How happy are you? How content would this make you? Right? Because the 10 of Cups at its core, again, with this 2 of Swords is you've got to do you first. You need to know who you are first before you'll know if this person will make you happy, or this situation will make you happy, or this move will make you happy, or this new job, or this prospect. Okay, but you're thinking about it with the Ace of Cups. And the 6, that's the Ace of Cups. You've got the 8 of Cups. It can be you're entertaining a proposal. You have multiple proposals. Okay. With the 2 of Wands, your doorway, you've got the 6 of Cups. This is someone from your past. I will bet my bottom dollar on that. Let me clarify the Emperor. I hope this helps you. I think it's great. I think you're terrified. Someone is terrified. The Emperor can be someone, too, if this is a person in the spirit, can be someone putting some pressure on you. We've got the wedding card with the Emperor, so it is. Okay. Okay, someone has to get back to me. I think this is great. Your guys are here. If you've got someone that's passed over, right, and we have the widow card here. If you have someone that's passed over, they are here in your presence. There's no negative energy. They're here for you. So talk to them. Talk to them. They're in your presence too, or they would not be showing up here, I assure you. Okay, so there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. I think this was lovely. I feel terror here. Okay, but just imagine there's no earth. So get your paper out and just look how practical this is, right? It's not so much about maybe you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but I think it's more getting in touch with your feelings, right? And my suggestion to you would be that these energies are going to be wonky like this till the end of the year, through the holidays. So my suggestion to you would be maybe wait till the end of the year to solidify anything, okay? So I wrote in the comments too, and that is the theme I'm really feeling for this. I was trying to grab this energy before I did the readings, and there is something to be said for adopting. I'm not talking be willy-nilly at the wheel. I'm just talking there's something to be said for a let's see attitude, right? Really just let's see. Nothing I don't feel needs to be done this moment in this reading anyway. So I would suggest that just within yourself, to give yourself a little bit of peace, just adapt the let's see, right? And that's not downplaying anything. It's not giving it any less significance. It's just saying, be honest with yourself. And if you need time here, which you do, I would suggest that you take it. Okay. So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way.